Good morning. That day we completed role of government, that is the direct role. Now today we will start indirect role. Indirect role. The first one is monetary policy. Monetary policy. Now what is monetary policy? Please jot it down. It is the policy of the government. It is the policy of the government regarding controlling and regulating the supply of money. All right. Regulating supply of money and availability of credit. This means you will have to understand that how they control and how they regulate the money supply as well as the availability of credit. Now we all know that RBI is the main bank or the chief bank where all the small banks are plying in our country. They follow RBI rules and regulation. Now RBI governs them how to control the supply of money, because this is a RBI duty, not the general bank duty. It's a RBI duty to conduct this thing. Now how they conduct? Now surplus supply of money causes inflation. Why it is important to control? Because if the surplus supply will be there in the market of money, inflation will be there in the market. Inflation means rise of price of all the commodity in the market. Now come to the next one. Now if less supply of money causes deflation. Now both are harmful. Both affect our nation, and because of that RBI play a major role in controlling and regulating the supply of money. And availability of credit, as much money will be there, that much loan will be given to all different firms. Clear? Second one, the first one over. Second one is fiscal policy. Alright, now what is fiscal policy? It refers to the revenue and expenditure policy. Revenue and expenditure policy of the government. Clear? Fiscal policy means the revenue and the expenditure policy. When they make budget, they check everything, that how much is the revenue and how much was the expenditure. And after seeing this, they decide how much they will keep for the next year for the expenditure. And for that, we also make budget at home. The government also makes budget. And you know, in the month of Feb, March, we get the budget. Now, fiscal policy affect the process of development in the following ways. How they affect? The first one, by restricting consumption, to increase saving and capital accumulation. Let me explain this one. By restricting consumption, no need to consume too much. Whatever required, consume that much. Why? Because if you will consume less from your earning, you can save it. And when you will save, that will form a capital. And I told you in the previous class, capital formation is very important. Even I gave example of a piggy bank, the same example you can quote here. Small saving can help you to go ahead with a big business. Now, second point, helps in reduction of income and wealth inequalities. Now, this is very important. How fiscal policy help in reducing the income and wealth inequalities. Take example of a government teacher working in 4 different districts of a state. Suppose Dhanbad, Bokaro, Ranchi and Jamshedpur. Example I am giving you. Suppose in Dhanbad and today they all join today. After 1 month they will be getting salary. You ask all the 4 teachers, they will be getting the same salary if they are teaching the same class. Like if they are teaching standard 10, all are teaching standard 10, they will be getting the same salary. This is how they reduce the income and wealth inequalities. Now, the number 3rd, controlling inflation. Now, if the price of all the commodity increase in the market, the duty of a fiscal policy, by fiscal policy of the government to stop that inflation in the market. 1 or 2 years back, you know the price of all the pulse, not all the pulse, even the example is rahar dal, the rahar pulse which was there in the market, the price was excessive. It is a government duty to control or to curb the price. 4th one, helping in correcting the situation of excess demand and deficient demand. This is also very important. If excess demand is there in the market, then also the government duty to control it through inflation fiscal policy. And if the demand is very less, deficient demand is in the market, then also by the help of fiscal policy, it's the duty of government to reduce it or to increase it. Clear? Now come the 3rd one. 3rd one is a foreign trade policy. Now what is foreign trade policy? Now we know that we export minerals and raw material because we have ample raw material in our country as well as minerals and even agricultural products. Alright, we export, but in lieu of that we import also. What? We import manufactured consumer goods and capital goods. This is very important to understand. We import what? Manufactured goods, or we can say capital goods, but we export minerals, raw material, agricultural product. Now one thing you have to understand, we export not only these 3 things, example I am giving you, and not only we are importing only 2 things, these are example. We export minerals, raw material and agricultural product. The price of these commodity in comparison to the capital goods and manufactured goods is very less. Very less. And this creates problem. This leads to a problem is known as BOP. Balance of payment. Balance of payment. Clear? Now, how government can reduce this BOP? Now question comes, how government can reduce the BOP? Now first, by adopting measures like export promotion and import substitution. The first point, export promotion and import substitution. What do you mean by this one? We will have to enhance our export. More and more commodities should go to a broad country from our country, and less commodities should come, and if not, we can substitute it. Whichever product we are importing from other nation, we should substitute it. Suppose, example I am giving you, suppose we are exporting or we are importing, suppose tea. We are not importing, but an example I am giving you. Suppose tea we are importing, why to import it? If we have coffee, leave tea, go for coffee. This is known as import substitution. And export more and more commodity you should hand over to the other nation from your nation. Second one, helping exporter. Now this is very important. Helping exporters, one who exports. Alright? What? To import our raw material on time. This is very important. When exporters they export, they should export it on time. And they should remove all the export restrictions. There should be no restrictions. Alright, even if they want, they should get the availability of credit whenever they want. Credit means loan from the bank. After that, insurance facility they should get. Transport, quick service, they should get who? Exporters. All these things when they will get, obviously our policy of trade will improve. Last one, number 4th. Now number 4th is price policy. Now what is price policy? Government can reduce economic fluctuations to encourage the process of development. When price increase, the purchasing power of money decreases. You know, every morning we see in the newspaper, dollar in comparison to India's rupee, what is the price? Why we check? Because this not only we check, even entire world they check. Why they check? Because they want to see whether the fluctuation is too much or fluctuation is little bit. Because the little bit fluctuation will be there. Alright, but we want stagnation. It should be stagnant. Once increased or decreased, it should continue. But the problem is that if it is fluctuating too much, then the person who wants to invest, they will be afraid. The FDI, the FIIs, they will be afraid to invest money in your nation. And one very important thing, this price policy, that if the price of a price will increase, the purchasing power of money decreases. Obviously, you know. If the price of the commodity will increase, suppose today you are taking 5 kg of sugar in 200 rupees. If the price increased to 250, obviously you will take 4 kg. Your purchasing power decreased. Clear? In this situation, what we should do? The workers and the wage earners are the worst sufferer. This is the major problem. One who earns daily earners, and one who is a worker whose salary is fixed, they are the sufferer. If the price decreases, the producer curtail their production. This you know. If the price of a commodity will increase, what producers do? They curtail the production. Now, if they will curtail the production, they require very less number of people to work. And if less number of people they need, what will happen? Unemployment will be generated. Now, many problems will come up, and because of this rising and the falling of price are very harmful. The government will have to take care of this price policy so that fluctuation, economic fluctuation, should not be there. It's cross. Alright? And this will only encourage development. If this is not there, development will take place. Then the development will be there. Otherwise, development also will be cross. Clear? We completed the chapter. We'll start new chapter next day.